Oh boy. Um, Global warming, everyone. Um, I don't know. I have no idea whether there's an English equivalent. But at least in the Finnish language, there is a there's a saying that knowledge increases your suffering, and that's about it. I think I'll do probably two rants tonight, and then I'll have a holiday. Um, I don't know where to start. My condolences to Iraq, to Bangladesh for terrorist attacks. Condolences to Serbia and to the dear United States for insane gun violence. I don't know. I don't know why it's also, you know, why it always has to be so negative. All the news that stick to mind, and and you comment on, but it's simply, there are so many nice little things happening in the world every day. But as it has been pointed out many times, death is so final. So even if the religious people don't believe it, it is very final. You that it just feels and becomes more important than anything else. It was kind of positive. Okay, these are things that stuck to mind during last week. It was rather positive that the French government seems to actually react, and start cracking down on factory farms because of our viral video campaign. This is Carol Matlack reporting in Bloomberg Business Week. And I mean, a viral video campaign moves our government to act. Whichever government it is, it sounds pretty good because it seems to be getting less and less possible that governments should act on anything. Anyway, seems nice. Then it was interesting that it was ekatemerini.com that reported that the IMF managing director Christine Lagarde has backed the idea of returning the Olympic Games to a permanent home in Greece. I think that's probably the first thing that I like that Christine Lagarde has ever said. And I don't know. Perhaps then there might be something in them. I personally, certainly at how they are present, there's absolutely, again, like so many other things, there's no point in the Olympic Games. And of course, the ones that they are actually gonna hold them in Rio. I mean, the ones that are coming are the most insane idea ever. And that's against some pretty stiff competition. Pun intended. I don't know. Anyway, but then this one, and I haven't followed this any further than once I followed it originally and then, didn't, and then this news came out, and I haven't followed this after that. But the presidential poll result was overturned in Austria. So considering that we are having big difficulties in democracy at the moment, it isn't working in the United States at all, it doesn't seem to be accepted in by the losing side in Great Britain. The fact that there is a that it should be this close in Austria, I have to play the Hitler card, right? I don't know if I've said this before. I love the Hitler card, and one should have it in Munchkin. Whenever somebody puts or slams down the Hitler card, the game ends. So anyway, I mean, Hitler came from Austria. Neoliberalism. The two guys who invented it came from Austria. Almost all most awful cases of parental pedophilia and violence come from Austria. They are not very nice. It's a legendary place, and at the moment, or has been, a very well-working country actually by European standards. But I mean, considering that there's a Freedom Party candidate and quite literally, our extreme right-wing candidate, and this is a close election in Austria. Well, I mean, or at least if what has been told outside, I haven't been, haven't visited Vienna actually, but if what is told outside the country is seems pretty interesting, that they should be too close to poll to declare. And then the well, I don't know. I guess nothing more to say, but again, this should. I hope it didn't surprise many people, but Rodrigo Duterte seems to live up to his name in the Philippines, and didn't we know it? If I've missed something, I'm sorry. The awfulness that is going on in the Western world, in the European Union and in the United States, takes up all my energy. And I don't know why, because I'm pretty safe and pretty comfortable myself, whatever happens. But I don't know, for some reason, knowledge increases your pain. I guess it just would be better not to know, not to be aware of anything. Anyway, I think now first, I think it is absolutely one, and considering that one probably is going to take a break because one is just too tired, there is, I mean you have to make a little rant about the United States presidential election. I have never seen anything like it. Now, I'm sorry again if it hurts someone or anything, but there's absolutely no question, considering what she did, that Hillary Clinton belongs in prison, and that's just it's this thing called law, and it is of course very worrying that you don't seem to have any rule of law in the United States of America anymore. They've been, wiping their butts with at least the Second and the Fourth and the 14th Amendment of the Constitution for a long time. The Supreme Court has made the concept of bribery disappear, and the concept of corruption disappear. The police are behaves unbelievably badly. I've never witnessed so much criminal behavior from police in such a short period of time as this year has been, and again you have a completely different set of rules for rich people and poor people and white people and black people. And again, it's unbelievable that white and black people should still be a thing, and it's a huge thing in the United States. But again, I mean, it's not good enough to say that you have different, rules for rich and poor people, because that cannot be. Either you have rules or you don't, and if you have different sets of rules and different law and different justice to different class of people, you don't have it. And it's very interesting that you should have a country that absolutely wanted away from British monarchy and wanted to be, a just democracy. And at the moment, they're one of the, most awful hierarchies and monarchies in history. Only just take away, actual lords, barons, dukes, noblemen, and replace them with businessmen, billionaires, oligarchs. It's absolutely incredible. And again, I too have been trying, in my own small way, I've been saying, from the very beginning, Donald Trump is a joke. He didn't enter the competition to win, but to probably sell his book, but most importantly himself, and to make some money. And it is quite possible that he's going to drop out if somebody bribes him out. But anyway, he's a joke, and really, not only a criminal, but Hillary Clinton must be one of the worst politicians that I too myself have ever witnessed. And again, there was election fraud. Bernie Sanders actually won the Democratic primary. But now you have this sort of situation where again, and this is why I wanted to do this little rant, because you have this sort of strange idea floating around that people should vote, and progressive people and smart people and independent people should vote for Hillary Blooming Clinton if it is Clinton against Trump, so Trump won't become president, and that you can't have a third candidate, preferably Bernie Sanders if he actually understands the meaning of backstabbing, but if it is Jill Stein, fine. That you can't have a third candidate that is going to split the vote, and Trump is somehow going to win. Then no way he's going to win. He's a madman. So it is quite possible that you're going to have a situation where the Senate has to confirm the president. But this is the point. They've been saying that the Senate would confirm Donald Trump, even though Hillary Clinton is the babe of Wall Street. I mean, there's absolutely no question that the Senate, if they have to vote, they vote Hillary Clinton to be president. So for somebody progressive or independent to be scared of Donald Trump and that's voting for Clinton because of that is completely insane. You can try and vote for Jill Stein and make a movement, persuade your parents and grandparents to actually think with their brains and not their arses and vote for Jill Stein and see if you can, get an historic victory. But if you can't, you're going to get Hillary anyway. It had to be said.